Hi everybody, this is John with Backyard Eden. It's been a little while since I've updated anybody on anything that's going on here in the backyard garden, but I wanted to give you just a quick look at what I'm doing today. It's Monday, it's kind of a cloudy day as you can see behind me. Kind of cloudy, not much going on here. We have started hitting those fall temperatures, which I absolutely love. I don't know that I would love it if I was up north, like in Michigan or even in Ohio or anywhere like that. But I do love the fall temperatures here in Texas. It's really the only time that we get a break from the super hot. So what I'm doing today is actually I've set up a couple of what I've referred to them on Facebook as the island beds. Really all they are like mineral tubs, livestock mineral tubs. And I've got them from a local place of business that actually produces those, and these were some just extra tubs that they had that were used and couldn't be reused. So I picked them up from a guy there, and I've got about 20 of them total. Not all of them are being used at the moment, but I have these 3 that I set up, filled them up with compost, got them all ready to go, and then didn't actually get anything planted in them for the spring summer. And so they've just been kind of hanging out. And so I had to move them into the backyard so that I can get them set up. So I got them set up back here, and I'll show you what I've got done. I actually got some stuff planted in them, and I'll talk about that too. But what I'm doing today is I'm actually building a simple trellis out of some stuff that I already have laying around. Going to be real simple. It's T-posts that they use for fencing, and some 2x4 welded wire fencing. The plan is in January, that's where I'll plant my sugar snap peas. And so that's kind of the plan. I'll take you through what I do. Here we go. Probably go a little faster if I had a sledgehammer, but whatever. Gotta go get the wire. Be right back. Now, this wire is 2x4, so it's 2 inches wide and 4 inches into each cell. We had this before. Already cut into 8 feet lengths because our raised beds are 3 foot wide by 8 foot long, and so we've used this before as trellises. I will share that this makes great trellises for beans, cucumbers, peas, not so much for tomatoes. Now if you were to make a tomato cage like that, works great for tomatoes. So we're going to get this put up. I'm going to connect it with some of my favorite things here on the farm, and that is zip ties. Now, you notice I only put one of the posts in the ground. Call it cheating, because I don't want to have to measure it. So, I'll stretch the wire out. That'll give me the full length of the trellis, and then I'll put the other post in the ground. This will allow me to get a good tight trellis. May have to put another post in the middle. Probably should do that now. And the really cool thing is, I already had all these materials. So once you buy something, if you stop using it for whatever you bought it for, save it if it's in good shape, you can reuse it. Now, also looks like I have room for another tub. Not bad. So, nothing special. Just a T-post, zip tied to some wire, and I'll actually go through and put a few more zip ties on here. But that is it. And I have a trellis for sugar snap peas. That's awesome. So in just a sec, we'll take a look at what's in the tubs now, and we'll kind of talk about what I'm going to do in the spring over here. All right. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm done putting in the trellis. Just give you a quick look at what I did. I showed you just a minute ago, but all I did was I took some zip ties and secured the wire to the T-post. Just did it a couple of places down, and then I actually didn't secure the wire to the tubs at all. And the reason for this is because I have 2 pots back behind the tubs that I'll put something in, or so I thought, with irrigation. So I may move those, and that's why I didn't connect the wire to the tubs. But while I was gone, I went ahead and pulled up a 4th tub because I had just enough room, and that's awesome. So that's kind of what it looks like. And as I shared before, what I'll put in it in the spring, I'll probably plant them January 1st, is sugar snap peas. And I will plant them right at the back here, and they'll trellis up. You know, I won't be able to get a ton of them in here because I'll lose some space with the gap here, but I'll be able to put, 5 or so plants in each one, and that's awesome. And then what I'll do probably further along in spring is when the sugar snap peas won't make it, because we actually don't get to grow those throughout all of spring because it just gets too hot. At that point, we'll switch it out and put some yard-long beans, or I've got some purple potted pole beans that I want to try this year, and so I may put those in there as well. And in the front, all along here, I'll do something else. Maybe some type of greens. Heck, I might even put some carrots in here. These bins are, I don't know if you can see how tall they are, but they're about probably about 35 gallons. Trust me, when they're full of compost, when they're wet, they're very hard to move. That's actually why I didn't videotape putting this other tub here, because that's kind of embarrassing. It's heavy, hard to move, and so I did the other 3 with some help. And so actually the wife is at work, and so got the 4th one put over here. And so I'm going to take you through and show you what's in them right now, and then that's kind of what I'm going to plant in them in the spring. So in this first one right here, you can see it is started to germinate, push through the soil. This is pak choi, whatever you want to call it. It's a good green here, and we have a mild winter, so we can pretty much plant just about anything still and get a harvest. I mean, I've grown broccoli, and I didn't plant it until probably mid to late November, and still got a harvest. So we're pretty blessed as far as that here. I've got my neighbor's tree right above us, right above where we're at here, and it's losing its leaves. But that's pak choi, however you want to pronounce it here. It's already pushing through the soil, so that's great. And then in the next one, I actually can't see any of it germinating, except for there is one seed right there. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's actually spinach. It's the Bloomsdale Longstanding, I believe is what it is. We eat a lot of spinach, so when we can grow it, the regular spinach, that's great. Most of the year we can't, we have to grow some sort of alternative, perpetual spinach, Swiss chard, something like that. And in the third one, we have some lettuce, and it is starting to push through right here. And all I did was I took our special blend that I made of lettuces. I made a blend, and I've been using it ever since. It's a cut and come again crop. Basically, we just use leaves. We harvest leaves at a time. We don't ever harvest the whole plant. And I just mixed up a new batch of that and sprinkled that all out there in that tub. So it'll be densely planted, which is the way we like it. We try to grow as much per square foot as possible. And then this other one, this is not fall stuff, and it does look kind of raggedy. There's a reason for that. When I put this tub in, I actually originally had it over by my herb beds, which is by the edge of the roof of the house. And we don't have gutters, so it was getting a lot of runoff when it would rain. And I actually forgot to put drainage holes in this tub. So, yeah. No one's perfect. So that's why you have a lot of yellowing on these back. These are actually Chinese water spinach that I've harvested down quite a bit. Just left a little bit of growth on it for it to bounce back. If they do, that's great. If not, I've got some more seedlings. You can propagate that by cuttings. And so, but it's actually really good. The whole stem is edible. The leaves are edible. Like I said, these look like crap, but you know, such is. And in the front, these are actually, this is longevity spinach, or Gynera procabens, I believe. It's really delicious. The problem is with this particular plant, as I had some growing already, but I bought four more new plants this spring from a nursery in Dallas, and this one actually fell back behind one of the seedling tables and got forgot. So yeah, like I said, no one's perfect. But so it'll do good, it'll bounce back. I plan on putting a little bit of cover over this one when it does get too cold for the plants, so you know, that'll work. And then, you know, in the spring, if these plants bounce back, I'll still have a little bit of room right here in the back to plant my peas, so I'll be just fine. So, but yeah, so that's what I did today. Got the trellis up for my sugar snap peas, maybe some snow peas too. Might do 2 and 2. You know, it's all good, whichever way. I like snow peas. My daughter, who is 11, Katrina, she likes sugar snaps. We both do, but I like the snow peas a little bit better because I do a lot of stir fries. But yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. And those two back 5-gallon pots, I don't know if I'll leave them there or not. I thought initially that I would, and put something in there. I had the drip lines already run for those, but when I put these over here, this is actually the spot where I had my spring and summer cucumbers in 5-gallon pots. So I already had the irrigation set up. I just had to hook up. That's actually the other thing I did while I was gone off camera, was actually hook this other sprinkler up. So it's all ready to go. So yeah, I'm stoked. So there we go. All right, so that's it, guys. That's kind of one of the little projects that I would get done. I'm a bus driver for the school here for the ISD, and so you know, I have some time in between morning and afternoon routes, and so that's kind of one of the jobs that I would get done here in the morning. And it was a pretty day in a sense that it wasn't piping hot, because even though in November in Texas it can still be 90, 95. So I mean, the other day it was 93. November, hello. So it was cloudy. I said, hey, need to get it done. So I'm going to try to do some more videos like this where I'm just doing little bits and pieces around the homestead, around the farm. I've been so reluctant to post videos because I think it's trivial, some of the things that I do, but the more and more I watch other people's channels, I realize that that's just the best way to do it. Just post what you're doing, share what you're doing, and just go about it like that, instead of trying to plan out this massive endeavor, plan it out, you know, and all that. So you'll see a lot more of these types of videos coming up, and that's what we want to do here. And if you don't already know, we're an urban homestead, urban farm, and so we live on a small urban lot, and so how we do things is a little bit different. We have to maximize the space that we have. And so, you know, that's just kind of the things we do. So we grow a lot of vertical stuff. We grow in a lot of containers. And so you'll see just little tidbits here and there. I've got a video coming up pretty soon on the greenhouse. We just got done with the greenhouse. There's still a few things that we're doing. I'm putting another shelf in there, and I've got to get the irrigation run to it because I want it to be completely self-sufficient as possible for starting seeds this winter. So I'll have a video coming out on that pretty soon after I get done editing it. But I think that's it for today. If you haven't already liked, commented, and subscribed to this video and our channel, do that now. Click the little subscribe button. And also, if you want to know when videos are coming out, you want to be the first one to see them, or you want to get notified when a video comes out, click the little bell icon that's beside the subscribe button. You'll get an email when a new video comes out. If you haven't had a chance, go on over to our social media, like us there, and you'll get updates on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And if you haven't checked out our website, we have a lot of great articles over there. That's kind of where we blog. We share recipes and all sorts of good stuff over there. That's www.backyard-eden.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And until next time, guys, this is John from Backyard Eden. Have a great day.